So the Career Update is held every year at the Australian National University, and we at the Career Institute invite academics from all over Australia, all over the world, including of course Korea, to come and present here at the ANU to the policy community, academic community and the public as well on topics that are very current and exciting on the Korean peninsula. And this year, as part of that, we have a visit by Professor David Kang, who is a very well-known specialist on security on the Korean peninsula and the wider Northeast Asian region. And one of the very interesting Korean phenomena that has come out of Korea is of course K-pop. And K-pop has been generally sold as a very good news story out of Korea, and of course there are many positive elements of promoting Korean culture and society in the global sphere. But I think there are also a number of challenges around K-pop, and these will be explored in the Career Update. For example, issues of gender and gender exploitation and the presentation of women in K-pop groups, as well as the exploitation of young people in these heavily managed and produced groups of young people, and many of whom are not successful. We only of course see the very successful ones who make it to the top. So there's some very interesting and challenging issues around K-pop, many of which will be explored in the Career Update that's coming. The relationship between Australia and South Korea has been a very strong one, partly because of this historical connection, Australia's participation in the Korean War, of course, but also South Korea is such an important trading partner for Australia. It is Australia's third largest export market and fourth largest trading partner. And I think the Australian government at least are acutely aware of that and place high importance on the relationship. However, I think there's a lot more to do in terms of promoting Korea to young people in Australia, to encourage young people to learn the Korean language, for example, and to study Korea rather than more traditional choices such as Indonesia or China. And that's partly, my job and the job of the Career Update, for example. In terms of North Korea, Australia is in an interesting position in that it has diplomatic relations with the North, but currently, of course, there is no North Korean embassy in Australia, in Canberra, nor is there an Australian embassy in Pyongyang. And if you are from a school of thought that believes that engagement can bring about positive change, I think Australia is in a very good position to be a partner of South Korea and the United States and other interested members of the international community in reaching out to North Korea to try and encourage change and compromise.